All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shedding Your Skin. As always, support USARC.
Do it.
I am a bronze member. I don't know why I still bring this up because they're on the screen right now and you can see them. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. It's episode 40. I got Ken over here helping me out. Hopefully, he'll talk most of the time because I'm dealing with the flu and my head's all over the place, and it's not been a fun few days. But
Well, if you want someone to talk all the time, you've got the right person up.
all right, let's shout out who's in the chat. We got Rudy, Moon Over Miami. Thanks for tuning in.
What up, Rudy?
Stan, Sea of Serpents. Thanks for tuning in. Rob, the spin to win round 2 winner. Congrats,
Lucky
man.
Rob.
Thanks for tuning in. What's still here? We got the Dead Man. Thanks for tuning in. We got Tommy from Exotic World of Geckos. Thanks for tuning in. Your ice spots are doing great. And hopefully they start proliferating soon. And I apologize. The brain to mouth thing today is not working the best. So I might mess up some words.
What does proliferating mean? I can't even say that. Proliferating. What does that mean?
They breed and make more.
That means getting it on. All right.
Yeah, we got the man behind Ken right now, Steve from A Reptile I Am. Thanks for tuning in.
Always got my back.
Who else here? We got the Wood, Kurt Wood. Thanks for tuning in. All right. And now you're talking too much. All right, Phil. Thanks for tuning in.
What up, Phil?
Nice seeing you the other weekend. Yeah. Nikki from Irresistibles, who I believe, I don't know the time because they're on the West Coast and I'm bad at remembering, but I think they are doing their first live on YouTube today. I want to say at 6:30 Eastern, something like that. So go over and check them out after I'm done here.
So when you're done, I'll wait till you're done.
No, I'm done. Now it's just everybody else shouting out everybody else. So, I mean, there was one thing I wanted to talk about on Thursday, and we never got to it for whatever reason. And it came up maybe Wednesday and Thursday with these Morph Market auctions.
Right.
So, one, I think they're a good thing.
I think they serve a purpose for sure.
Right, and we saw so. If you want to move some things off, and you're not sure of the price, if it's good, bad, whatever, you can put it on there, no reserve, have a reserve, and, people can sort of, bid on it, right? It's an auction. And then, it for me, it's giving me like, here's what the market is for something. Like I saw you had like a pastel on there and it was, not doing anything, but even like males with double heads, things like that, it really is opening my eyes. I'm like, okay, well, maybe my prices aren't right here, or maybe this project isn't good. But then it's also people that are looking at that specific project. So if you just don't go to the Morph Market for the entire time of the auction, you miss out on that animal.
There is a clown het ultramale het hypo that I'm bidding on right now because it's like at $150. I took it up to 150. It was at $90, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to put it at 120, and then someone put 125, so I jumped it up to 150. I mean, that snake should at least be $400 or $500 still in my mind. I'd be surprised to see it go for cheaper. I was also bidding on a Wookiee het clown up to like $200, and I think it went for $400. So they're still.
Some of these are going for pretty good prices, right?
Right.
So you can win an auction, great. I think Danny from DTMG just had a acid clown girl go for $900 some bucks.
Oh wow!
And I mean that's stupid cheap. I have a acid pastel double hat that the value is more, but you're getting a visual a lot cheaper. So I think it's another avenue for people to sort of get a discount maybe. over what is a perceived market value of an animal, or but you're moving that animal. So
Right.
if I put up this, and she's listed for $200 on Morph Market, she's the cheapest proven breeder butter female on Morph Market. Last time I checked, $200. If I put her up and she only goes for 150, well, I mean, maybe that's the price. Maybe then everybody else should be like, well, I got these proven breeder single gene butter girls. Move them down.
Right.
I don't try to undercut the market in any aspect. It's just like, I want to move these animals. So
right.
If you have everything listed at $300 and I come in at 200 and I'm still not moving it, that's sort of saying something. What's up, Elias?
Yeah. What's up, Elias?
Good live earlier. It's always nice, talking about music and movies and all that stuff.
It's nice to have a change of pace every once in a while. Sure.
Right.
Yep.
And I mean, that's the target audience of that show. So, I mean, it's really nice to, break it up, support somebody in the community that's really supportive of everybody else. Unless you have DGs in your collection, then he will call them ashy. And you saw my Grinch smile there. And Rob says, kind of turned into Crazy Eddie. I mean, sometimes on certain projects, but, you got to weigh whether, you're not paying for shipping. So you take that $200, right? You're not feeding it. It's now out of your rack, So, I really like the idea of these auctions, and even auctions on YouTube, things like that. It's another avenue for us to market and sell.
Right.
What's good, Don D? Thanks for tuning in.
What up, Don?
Brave Adventures. Thanks for tuning in.
What up, Brave?
Why I brought up the auctions is because if you've seen social media lately, or at least Instagram, things like that, you've seen posts from Troy at Best Dressed Balls, Brian Carter, BC's Balls, and I forget who the other one was. But there were a couple auctions where somebody came in and bid a stupid amount of money and ruined the auction, right? Now, I don't know if Morph Market sort of took that bid out and reset everything. I assume Morph Market is going to do right by these breeders because it's ridiculous. I mean, if I do something, right, I think I should be held accountable. Now, yes, this person got a Morph Market ban. So probably they can't sell anymore if they were selling on Morph Market, which is good. But they can also, create a new account and continuously do this to sort of disrupt.
Right. There's got to be someone, every time someone does something starting to go good, someone's got to come and throw a wrench in it.
Right. And it's like, okay, how do we prevent that? Now, I mean, the one idea I had was you put in the bid, it charges your card, right?
I mean,
but then it's a lot of, banking stuff where it's holding money.
Yeah. I mean, if you get outbid.
Right. So, I don't know if Morph Market has the capability to do that. The other thing is to verify buyers.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you verify even the people that come buy a snake, on Morph Market, I mean, that would probably solve some of it. But yeah, like Chris said, you're going to have haters no matter what you do. And it's probably someone that's hating on Dorian, or Darian. I think it's Dorian from Morph Market. It's probably someone that's hating on him anyways.
So, what makes this even more interesting and fun to talk about is the individual who I won't name. You can go to, Instagram and see all the posts about, what happened. Is he had an animal that he was interested in purchasing from Brian Carter with BC Balls, and Brian backed out of the sale.
I've seen that too.
This guy to give Brian a bad review on his Google store. And it's like, really? You went and mucked up all these auctions, and this guy who's respected in the community, pretty big breeder, found out about it and said, I don't want to do business with you anymore. And then you get upset, and your recourse is to go.
Oh, so that's what happened. The guy, I didn't know all that. So the guy that BC Balls backed out of was a guy that
mucked up the auctions.
Then I would have too. I would have absolutely did the right thing, or the same thing. Exactly the same thing.
Mean, when you have 95 reviews, they're all 5 stars, and you got this one guy. I mean, Right, but I mean, it's like really like you didn't realize that there was going to be a negative effect of what you did. You just thought you were gonna. Now, in my opinion, they should have, taken the $100,000 for the Batman or whatever it was, send it to
Right.
collection.
Yeah, if he's gonna, I mean, that's not even something you could say is just a typing error. You know, how many zeros did you really mean to hit? I mean,
Right.
yeah,
So,
that guy's getting what he deserves for
yeah, I
sure.
mean, like how many times how many times can this happen? And what can Morph Market do? And I think Morph Market will be proactive in sort of preventing this stuff in the future. And yeah, it is drama. I don't like talking about it, but it is like that annoying kind of drama that we shouldn't have to deal with, especially when we're trying to sell these
Right.
animals. But yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. I mean, I do like the auctions. I like the idea, but there's always going to be somebody who's going to mess things up, right?
Then there should be consequences for them people, and I think BC Balls is setting an example, and that's what should be done. You know, I mean, as hard as these animals are to sell, if you got someone that's going to ruin a good thing just by being a jackass, then treat them accordingly. Well, I'm not selling to you. Simple.
Right. I mean, for me, it's like I'm sort of keeping track of, okay, here's the people that have, wasted my time on previous,
Right.
inquiries, things like that. Like, okay, I like this. Okay, well, here's the price. Here's all my information. I went, took pictures, did all that stuff. Crickets, crickets, crickets. Hey, what's going on? Are you still interested? Crickets, crickets, crickets. And then, oh, I lost my phone. Or, it's some excuse. It's like, well, why'd you waste my time? Now there
Or
are
if they send you
where,
down, or if they send you a down payment on an animal and then you get nothing for like 2 months, it's kind of like, well, what are you doing? I do have your $100. You know what I mean? That you give me as a down payment.
right. But I mean, most of us have in our store policies that we will accept a down payment plans for, XYZ. If you do not complete said payment plan, I keep your money and I relist the snake.
Well, that's about ready to happen in one case.
So, sorry, let me mute my phone. So make sure your store policies, wherever you have them listed, reflect all this stuff.
No, I mean, it's all in text of what we discussed the payment plan should be. You know what I mean? And it's like 2 months, and I haven't gotten any more money for it. So it's like if it hits that 3 month point, without saying it up front, I think that is self-explanatory that you just lost that $100.
Yep. But put it in like, even I don't know if you have a Morph Market account yet. Just make the free one. Put it all in your store policy. That way you can be like, hey, here's my store policy. I copied mine mostly from Kai over at Lucas Landon's because his is pretty good.
Right.
Sorry, Kai, I stole from you. On maybe in some of the ball python purchases too. But I mean, you really want to make it clear that
right,
like this is what I'm willing to do as a buyer or a seller. I've been on the end where it's like, hey, I'll pay you cash money. No PayPal, no electronic stuff, a stack of cash, and I got a much longer, term, if you will. It's still to put down a down payment.
right.
But yeah, I mean, if something, there's always going to be exceptions. If there's a bill that comes, lost your job, something like that, and you know what, fine. If something happens where it's like, hey, can I extend it? If they're being honest, can I extend it 30 days that blah, blah, blah happened? But then
right.
you got to look at that. And if they do that every time you deal with them,
to kind of expect it. But if you get a return customer,
okay,
you
this
kind of want to,
he's going to come
be
up with
a little bit more lenient.
Like that. What's good, Stan?
What up, Stan?
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Ken?
Thanks for tuning in. We
What's
was
up,
just
everybody in
talking
chat?
about the Morph Market auction stuff.
Yeah, I was watching it live. I was just finished up trying to get some food in the gut.
Right on.
Been a little too long, so I put some food in there. So I figured I better get something in there.
I don't know. I seen the burger and wings you ate the other night.
Heck yeah. Look good.
Well, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It's a place called Hooligans. Stanley wanted to go over there. He took me over there, so I was like, all right, why not? Black and blue
Nice,
burgers,
nice.
my favorite, man. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Those are my favorite. But they're
Yeah,
wings, so you
nice
can get them
turkey.
like crispy, extra crispy,
Thanks,
boneless,
Kurt.
bone in. So, we go. You can get just the drums. You can get just the flats. However you really
See,
want it. But
Nice.
we just get it. We just
I
get them
like
the
the
old
two
original
boner.
style. Just give them the originals, man. Just come on.
Mhm.
Make them a little crispy and saucy.
It's just that the right texture where they're still crispy, but they got the sauce. Yeah, I like that. But anyway, back to the reptile stuff. Congrats to Stan for he got in some crested geckos recently and had his first crested gecko clutch.
Yeah, boy.
So
Yeah, that was that was kind of like it was when I got them from her. She said to me, "Oh, I don't know. She may be pregnant, but I'm not sure." So I was like, "Yeah, all right, whatever. It is. If it is, it is. If it isn't, we'll roll with it." And the other morning, I got up and went to the bathroom, and whatnot, and I always look at them every morning, like it's just a habit, just like everybody else. You look at all your animals before you go anywhere. At least I do. Boop,
Yep,
boop, boop, boop,
sure
boop,
do.
So
Give them a look.
I checked them
who's
out.
doing what?
Went to the bathroom, did my thing, come out, look again, and I'm like, is that an egg sitting on top? Because I put like a box inside with the hole cut in it with the
Yeah.
Reptisoil, so she could go in there and drop them. So for a couple days, she was in there scuffing dirt everywhere. I mean, just blowing dirt out the hole and throwing it everywhere. So every couple days, I'd check it. Nothing. That morning, I looked, and there was one on top of the lid. She wasn't even in the box. She like had it on top of it, right? So I was like,
Here you
okay.
go.
Let me get some
Yep.
Reptisoil ready and set it in Reptisoil, check it, blah, blah, blah. Not even 5 minutes later, I look again and I'm like, damn, that's another one in there. She was like on the wall like this, like holding onto the wall, and she must have just had it right there.
Huh.
And it just right below her.
And
So
I
was
know
like,
my
okay, cool.
one
And then obviously I don't have a lot of experience in the geckos, so I was like, okay, now it's 5:30 in the morning. Start doing some research. Here we go. So, what temperature? What substrate? How do you incubate? How long do they take? How old is the female supposed to be? You know what I mean? How to look to see if they're fertile. So I'm already like, 5:30 in the morning because I want to know. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
but luckily I do speak with a few people in the community that do geckos. So it's not hard for any of us to really reach out to somebody and just say, hey, man, I'm new to it, help me out. And I've had a few people already hit me up and was like, yo, bro, if you need a hand, let me know. So,
Yeah.
And what's nice is like the just you don't need to use your incubator with them.
nope.
Whereas
I changed the
other
Reptis
gecko
soil,
species
though.
you do. So it's just
I went from the Reptisoil to they actually make like a substrate from Pangea.
Okay.
And it's like a little tiny like cubes of cocoa kind of, but they're like super compressed, you know what I mean? And you put like an inch or two layer in a bowl and totally cover it in water. And then wait 5 minutes to let it absorb what water it can, and then drain all the excess water out, and then set your eggs in it. And just put it on a shelf with the top on it. Don't mess with it. And I've heard 60 to roughly 90 days, but I heard it could be up to 120. And it all depends on what your temperatures are.
Right.
They say try not to let the temperature get over 75. And if you can keep it at 72-ish, they're good. Now, I did hear, I was watching a video this morning, they said if you incubate at a little lower temperature, you'll actually get bigger geckos when they hatch out.
Huh.
Yeah,
I've heard that about Python.
I've tried incubating my leopard gecko. Like last year was the first time she actually gave me a fertile egg, but it wasn't strong enough. And it's like, okay, we're on year 4 now. Are you going to give me 2 this year? And it's always been one clutch. She's never, done the normal, lay, rebuild, lay some more. Never done it. Just always been one egg. So,
well, they say you could get up to like usually if it's if your female is big enough, you'll get two. I don't know with the leopards, but with like
Yeah,
the
but
cresties,
you'll
you
get
get
multiple.
2
Lizards
eggs,
will
and
do
you can
multiple
get
clutches.
you can get up to like 10 clutches a year, and then you want to give her like a good 8 months off, 10 months off, and not let her breed. You know what I mean? To like
Yeah.
build all her weight back up, get her get everything back to the way it should be again. Which makes sense. I mean, we do it with the ball pythons, right? You breed a couple years in a row. You usually give them some time off.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few
What
that have
about-
taken off here. Whether it's they bred and reabsorbed or whatever, they didn't lay.
Right.
So, for the ones that did lay, year one that het pied got a nice year off because either she reabsorbed or I don't know what happened with that pairing, but she's definitely big enough this time around. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting.
They're probably the smallest eggs I've ever had to try to candle. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and then when they hatch, it's like, how did that fit in there?
Dude, I watched a couple videos and the thing comes out that egg, and you're like,
Huh?
what kind of
What?
prehistoric thing are you that you fit in that tight little egg? Like, what the hell?
I mean, but it's exciting. I have never hatched a gecko. Hopefully, I'll have leopard geckos and crested geckos in the future. My crested gecko girls are still on the small side. The one was sold to me as a proven breeder, but she's same size as the one I have. I have to get them out. They're a little jumpy. Try to get them on the scale to see if they are like 75 grams, I think is the weight for the crested geckos.
No, actually, I heard good breeder weight is 40 to 45.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wow.
I was watching a video. That's through what is it? Tiki Geckos.
Okay.
Tiki Geckos, I think it is. Yeah.
it got some nice stuff. I still need to find a male though. So if anybody is working, extreme Harlequin, something like that, that'll work with the two females that I have. So we'll see. I don't want to spend entirely too much money on it.
Did you go on Morph Market? Did you look in the
I've
local
been
section
looking.
by
There's
you?
been some that have caught my eye, but I think since I'm a ball python breeder coming over to this, I'm just looking at it and here's what the lines are that I see. Right? It's not like, oh, this came from Valkyrie to Pluto or whatever.
Right.
That sort of stuff. I'm not really into that. I just want to make if I have Harlequin in both and Dalmatian and whatever the other stuff is, just get a male that is similar enough where I'm just producing the whole thing. Everything that's in those two. But yeah, I think I was on Pangea looking up isopods after. I think that was yesterday because we were talking about Pangea and Rapashi and all that stuff. And I just happened to go on there and I was looking at some of the geckos they had, and it's like, oh my gosh, $400 for like an extreme Harlequin when I got mine at a Petco.
Right.
For probably 60, 70 bucks.
35.
Oh, 35. Wow, you went
like
bargain shopping.
Yeah, I mean, I have had some good deals that way where it's like, okay, I like this, I'm buying it, and then it turns out to be a female, turns out to be a lot more genetically powerful than.
Look at this boy I've been looking at right here.
Than what I have.
Ooh, look at that contrast.
I do like that.
And the head got that.
What's in that one?
That wide spot.
Man?
That's dark cream tangerine. But it could be possible EB, which is empty back.
Yeah, it's for me. It's sometimes hard to follow that.
And this female right here,
they're all line bred.
Ooh, look at that one.
Is that a lavender?
Like that.
That's an empty back.
That's neat. Is that blue?
It's also a dark. What was it? Dark soft. Possible. Wait, dark tangerine, empty back, possible soft. Which I don't know what the soft part is.
That is an awesome gecko there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still definitely trying to like learn, but I know if I get something with Harlequin,
Yeah.
it should work.
Yeah.
Right, or at least
Dude,
for
there's
the
some
refined
Harlequins out there that are
line.
like, there's some really, you looking for a dark one or you looking for a lighter color? Because some of the
These
Harlequins
are both
I've seen are dark, man. They're like
both
nice.
really light. The one's more orange than it is, that brown, dark,
Right.
or black. And the other one's like almost a cream colored. You can see that it's more Harlequin based on the pattern, and it's got some Dalmatian spots on it. So,
You
for
know
me, it
who's
wouldn't
good to
make sense.
talk to that I've been talking to about the Cresties is what's their name? CPK? Chase? I think it is.
Again, I know the big names, and I know the people I know that work with them. In Pennsylvania, so it's sort of like, okay, who's got the best deal for me on that? But speaking of getting a steal, a couple of years ago, I purchased a normal. I guess it was like a red. It didn't really have a lineage on it. A bearded dragon from Gnarly Dragons, and I was looking at it. I was like, okay, I like the pattern. I like the reds. I like the contrast. All that stuff. And I get it here, and it's translucent, right? It's got the black eyes. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. Hey, Jessica, thanks for tuning in. So, okay, I have it here. I have another one. It's got some, hets in it. I think like Het Zero, Het Trans, Het Hypo, a couple other things like that. So pretty powerful. I just didn't have a male to go to it since I had lost mine, and I had gotten out of geckos at that point, or bearded dragons at that point. And I'm like, okay, my buddy has kids, super interested in animals, things like that. So I'm like, okay, Brad, $100, you can take these two females that I have. I'm keeping my, big old, normal girl that I, that I've always had. And he sends me a picture of this bearded dragon, and it looks absolutely nothing like the bearded dragon that left here. Complete pattern change. It's got something else in it. And I only paid $125 and got all this extra stuff in it. And I'm like, I have no clue.
Nice.
Like, can you send it back for what it looked like? Because it's clearly got some other things going on. You wound up getting like almost I don't want to say it's genetic stripe, but it's got a stripe down the back. The pattern's completely different from when it left here. And it's like, that's just amazing.
Right.
That's one of your beardies.
It's one of the ones I had. I forget. She's been gone for a while. So both of them, for whatever reason, got dwarfed. Just wouldn't eat. They didn't take off, so they were unable to be bred, so they're pets at this point. Now my male that I got, he's huge, right? Like there are no issues with him. So I was just, luck of the dragon, I guess, with these two. Just provide everything they need, and they just didn't grow. So I mean, they're very nice looking pets, very nice looking dragons. So, and I was at that time getting out of them just because of the amount of eggs, amount of babies, things like that. But it was just crazy to see, what it wound up looking like. And this was something that I just bought with my eyes, and it had a couple hets for the male I had at the time that I lost at a brumation. But yeah, so sometimes buy with your eyes on some of these things.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes your eyes are better. Sometimes your eyes are better just by you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Sometimes they could spot something.
It's hard to explain. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't buy by looks, and I get that, but it's not always that you're buying for the look. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean,
like you're seeing something abnormal. That's what you're buying for. You're not buying because, oh, look, it's got a brighter yellow than that one. You know what I mean?
Right. Like you could have something. You could have two snakes sitting next to each other. One's got 3 genes. One's got 4 genes. If that one with 3 genes looks a hell of a lot better than the one with 4 genes, I'm going to buy the one with 3 genes.
Right. Me too.
That fourth one, for breeding purposes, might be more powerful, but that one caught my eye.
Right.
And people buy with their, what they're looking at.
And as Ken would say, there's probably something else there.
or it's just a really nice example. Right?
Yeah,
You want
because they do put off different
to
expressions.
make fun
You
of
know what I
Ken.
mean?
But yeah,
There is. There's so many expressions of every gene, and it ain't even funny.
right, right. So you want to, for me, it's like, okay, I will take this over that because this one just looks so much better. Even though I know, oh, this one's got 4 codoms in it, or a recessive with 3 codoms. That's more powerful than this one. But if this one's going to throw, expressions like that, because when they're sitting on my table or I'm taking pictures, that's what's going to sell, not the And I forget. I saw somebody making
And,
fun of Walt
and
Black
sometimes,
figures.
even though you take what you feel is like the highest quality picture, it still doesn't do it most of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen seeing things in person. I know Nathan was on Keith Constrictor's channel on Wednesday showing off some of his bang stuff, and I've been there twice, seen it in person. Yeah, it is what it's cracked up to be, and maybe just seeing it on social media on a screen, you might not take that away from it, but when you see things in person, it just has that look to it. And
yeah,
I've certainly noticed this, having been to the show, people buy with their eyes, and even with some of my, when I do shorts, some of my least powerful animals here get me my most views.
Because they look good.
Like this week, a highway and a blue-eyed Lucy got me 5,000 views on a short. Yet I put out my most powerful snake here, 300.
All right.
So it could be y'all have seen it before. It could be it just hasn't come across your page. But yeah, it's just interesting to see how everybody else outside of us view these things.
Ken, where's your glasses?
I don't have glasses, but I tell you what, I can hear now because I got my wireless earbuds in, and it's like a world of difference. And this is the first time using them, and my daughter keeps trying to talk to me, and I can't hear a damn thing she's saying. So these things are working pretty good.
Yeah, but now you're on. So it's like see no evil is working, but hear no evil, or see no evil is not working, but the hear no evil is working good.
Yeah,
so
hear no evil.
I keep seeing you do this for the chat.
Yeah, he's a lot closer than he normally is. But at least
I'm leading up to read, yes. And now I'll catch everything, and this is way better. So I like it.
See, there you go.
I don't feel like I have to yell.
Spin your phone to the left a little. There you go. Now you're a little more center in the picture there. He was a little
like
off
it.
to the side.
I like it off center though. I mean, I kind of wonk up, so I like it.
All right, well, if you want it off center, put it off center. Who's that goon behind you?
I still got Steve give us my back. He's checking it out.
Oh, that's who that goon is behind you? That's Steve?
Hey, Jackson.
What up, dude?
What up, brother?
Yeah, look, Ken can actually hear us today.
I just getting home. I had to go pick up some rats from Blake. Whatnot.
Okay, did you get your earbuds?
No, I didn't get my earbuds.
I got mine, and it's perfect, dude.
Oh, are you behaving? Are you behaving now, Ken? Are you behaving?
Yes. Well, I can hear everyone, so
but
it's not an issue.
Oh my God! It sounds much better now, doesn't it?
Amazing. I can't see for shit. I have to lean forward, but I don't feel like I have to yell anymore to get people to hear me because I can't hear them, and I can freaking hear. This is amazing, y'all.
See? Now guys won't have to deal with Ken.
I have no idea. I got the heat working, and I don't smell anything that stinks. So I don't know. Maybe
that
I think it might be dead.
Entirely too long.
Yeah, that thing has been loose in your house for entirely way too long, for sure. It's been loose in your house for way too long.
It's war now. I'm getting a sticky pad. Next time I go into the town, I'm getting a sticky thing and putting it right here so I can see it and catch it.
So what you got to do is put the food out, get a pallet of these sticky traps, stick them all over your floor, every flat surface, then leave for a weekend and you'll find them.
Dude, I would wait. I was going to say, I would have to leave because I would wake up in the middle of the night and half of the days come out here to get a drink, and then I'd be stuck in them. Like it'd be everywhere. Like it'd be bad.
Funny, though.
Probably. I mean, it would be funny as shit, but it would be everywhere. Like I would end up tripping, falling, have them everywhere, stuck to my face, head, chest, whatever. I'd be covered in them.
Be a new part of Home Alone movie.
Something like that. It would resemble it.
He's part of this. He could be part of the sticky bandits instead of the sticky wet bandits.
And just so you people know, if you do catch an animal in a sticky trap, I believe it's mineral oil that will free that animal.
Yep, it is. It is mineral oil will free that animal.
Or you can use coconut oil and do the same thing.
Can coconut oil do the same thing?
Coconut oil is the most naturalist stuff you could use, man. You can use it for hair conditioning. You can use it for toothpaste. You can use it for skin cream, cooking,
Toothpaste.
bacon.
Yeah, I mean, when I was at the food bank, we had a bunch of animal issues. The worst was a bird got stuck on the sticky trap over a weekend, and then the rat got stuck on the sticky trap eating the bird.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
Man, feast for two, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, when you work in a food warehouse, I mean, it's a common occurrence. You just have to have a good program in place, and keep food and stuff off the floor. So, like, we would get stuff in from Nabisco, Mondelez, and it looked like somebody ran over the pallets of stuff they were donating. So we were bringing it in through them, and it's just like, get out of here. I'm not accepting your, the stuff you speared with a fork jack or.
I used to work in a warehouse, and there was more birds flying around the warehouse than you could probably. Man, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean,
like don't even put that case of cereal, that pallet of cereal, up there on like the fourth rack because you can guarantee to be in that before that pallet ever comes down.
Yeah, and we also had like a garage door for like smaller box trucks to back up to and things like that, and people would leave that open the whole dang day, and of course, birds flying in and out. So I'm there trying to mitigate that.
I used to work in a furniture company in the spray department, and those vents would get stuck because they wouldn't change them and they would get old. So when the wind blows, it would open the vent, but it's supposed to close, but they wouldn't close, and birds would come down through that vent. Like you wouldn't believe how many birds was flying around that spray booth.
And we actually had to get it was like a birdhouse that had like a trap door on it that you put like food and stuff in, and it chirped, right? But it was only for like sparrows or something like that, right? And they figured it out, right? Like I had this thing, perfect spot to catch them, or starlings or something like that, and they would just sit on the ledge and eat all the bait and not fall in. The point was for them to land on it, and then they go through the trap door. But yeah, I am so happy that I'm not working in that industry anymore.
Turn Nikki blue. Why ain't Nikki blue?
Because I ain't got there yet, and I'm not opening my phone. But
I
I should turn her blue since they're going to be a guest next week.
Yeah, right. There you go. Well, that makes sense. Make sure you guys go over and check her out tonight. They'll be doing their first live, I believe, on YouTube tonight.
Nick from 666, I'm going on with him at 9:00. He's running 9 to 10 tonight. He's having me on as a guest. And
9:30.
No, he changed it to 9.
Heck yeah.
Oh well, it still says on YouTube 9:30, homie.
Well, he's supposed to be changing it.
So he's doing it before Wiz, pretty much. Then, so he's going to cut off.
Yeah,
sweet.
Because I told him, I was like, well, if you run it from 9:30 to 10:30, I said Wiz usually goes on about 15 minutes late, but I said I would change it to 9. That would be a more, that would give you a little bit more time because people might tune in more if you take it back. And he was like, yeah, Wiz is a pretty cool channel. So,
yeah, I mean, you definitely want to give yourself, time to, do a full live. I know when I was on at 6:00 or whenever I was on Sundays, it's like, Jeremy's going to be on. So I have to be mindful of that because he's a friend. And then there were sometimes it's like, sorry, I had Justin from Stone Age on, and I think we just went for like 3 hours or something like that. It's like, yeah, I wasn't I was trying to be mindful of you, but we still went over.
It's hard to, especially nowadays, to just really find a spot to where you're not intersecting with someone.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is, and no, I don't think no one's doing it intentionally. I think the intentional ones are already done. But,
right. But
in my opinion,
time, you might not be following somebody or subscribed to somebody where you're running up against them. I remember I was doing the Tuesday happy hour, whatever I called it, and Phil comes on and goes, Adam from Proper Royals goes live at 8. I was like, oh, okay. Like I at that time years ago, I didn't know who Adam was, so it's like, okay, now I know that maybe Tuesday nights that time, isn't the best for me.
That's why I moved mine back to 9:30, because I wanted to give Adam and Justin, because they both run the same time. Adam from Proper Royals and Justin from My Animal House, they run at the same time. So I moved mine back to 9:30 to give them guys an hour and a half, because I was running at 9, and they both was going over. So I said, let me move back a half hour, and it worked.
Yeah, and I mean that's one thing I try to do. As much as I would love to,
Definitely
continue to shoot the talk shop for 2.5 hours or whatever on here, 90 minutes to 2 hours, that's quite a bit of time, it's not like
there isn't like a middle of the week like lunchtime like channel where like somebody gets on. I mean, and you can do it for the East Coast or Central and whichever side you west or whatever, like, and run it for 2 hours. So therefore you're getting both sides lunchtime. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I remember for me, Holdback Rack, it's Thursday or Friday. And it's like that got me through the end of the day at work. I just put that on the second monitor. Right. Exactly, Jessica. And I remember okay, this is going on to get me through the rest of the day. Sorry, work. I'm gonna calm down here.
That's why I think it'd be more.
That's why I do one at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesdays.
When I like scroll through in the middle of the day, I've caught Holdback Racks in the middle of the day, and that's why I said like it's cool to see something like that in the middle of the day where you can just hop on and it gives you, like you said, that little extra. It's kind of
right.
Cool.
Anyway, if you hear Stella, she is whining, which means she's probably gonna go out or just bugging me. So continue talking. Maybe grab your balls, show off some snakes. I'll be back in a couple seconds.
I will not grab my balls, but I might show off some snakes.
Gotta let that baby out.
No, for all you perverted minds, we weren't talking about grabbing those kind of balls either.
You got Kurt on here. He's going to take it the wrong way.
Oh, I know. That's why I said it.
Kind of thinking who to grab, because
have to put up
I don't want to grab the one.
So he doesn't.
I'll stop that new one I got. I want to see the new one I got. It's not going to be a spicy noodle for me.
Easy, noodle? Jessica. Easy.
Spicy noodle?
You don't look spicy.
This is a Firefly double het sunset clown. And you can see that head. Let me see if I can get that head started. There we go. And she's pretty. Actually, can say she's very pretty.
You could see that fire coming in.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, hey, Justin, did you see the picture that Kurt posted earlier? No, yeah. He poured some ketchup on his hand and said he got bit.
Oh my god! And here's a pastel double het sunset clown.
A pastella.
Yep. I got 2 more coming from KG, which those are going to be fun and interesting too. I'll see those coming.
Heck yeah!
Those are definitely. Oh, I got a phone call coming in. Y'all might not hear me. You might not.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
I'll go back and grab something.
Hold on.
Turn the camera off.
Jeez. All I see is Steve staring at everybody back there when his camera's on. He's over there.
He's watching y'all.
He's rubbing Ken's shoulders.
show that.
You're just jealous.
You don't want to see that Pip Stalkers clown I won in the auction.
Come on. Come on. Look at that big old girl.
Well, she's a big girl. This is Pip Stalkers. All came from Pip Stalkers. And it's a clown, but obviously it's got something else in it. So, and she had some follicle growth on her. Come on.
Look how big this girl got. This is the Huffman HRA Orange Ghost. Still orange. Didn't lose a bit of color.
Orange.
Didn't lose a bit of her color. Blushing, still cool as shit.
Did he say HRA?
That's
Yeah.
what he say.
Now Prophecy is gonna pop in and not shut up about it.
Yeah, you said it more than once. He's like Beetlejuice. You say it more than once, he appears.
He certified that it was HRA.
Heck yeah.
It's Prophecy certified, so
That's clean. I like that.
nice.
So if it's Huffman and HR, aren't they allelic?
Yeah, yep. So I'll find out for sure when she lays, because everything will look Huffman or HRA. And the only difference I really see between Huffman and HRA is HRA has a little bit more blushing to it. They kind of look the same in a single form.
And from something that Prophecy, something about like nose dots or something like that. It's like maybe that was just on the Super HRA or the Red Xanthic.
I think it was the Red Xanthic he said about the nose dots.
So hold on, Ken. Let me see what more of the HRA in that snake. Show me, like, point out to me more of the blushing. What's
Yeah, blushing.
okay?
It'll have the HRA will have the outlining and the more blushing, and the Huffman will just be more of a single color blushing.
Okay.
From what he said, and its graininess. He said he knows that Orange Ghost has some graininess in it, but HRA will cause some too.
Right.
That's why she's.
It's like that
Yeah.
multiple color blush almost.
Yeah, like see, like even look how many different colors that looks like her alien head. Like it's got an orange outline around the black even. Like this snake is popping. She's hot. I like her.
This guy I got here, I want to show you, is considered Black Adder HRA. And that's why I'm kind of curious, because now when I see this snake, I'm always curious with it. Hold on, let me get that camera focus.
So is Black Adder a Super Adder?
No, it's got Black, and Black is a gene itself, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's a gene called Black.
And then Adder is on top of it, and then it's HRA as well. I mean, what do you think, Ken? Tell me your opinion.
From what he says, I like. Let me see the lower side gut. See how the blushing comes up in? I'd say yeah. HRA, I see it.
It's got a smiley face.
Yeah, right.
See, and then a surprise face.
All the way over here. Oh yeah, right here. wrong hand, right there.
It looks like a frog face.
It's definitely a clean snake, though. I like the Black Adder, so I was like, all right, cool. Let me see what it rocks. See what it does. So.
Yeah, it's always nice to bring in stuff that other people aren't necessarily working with.
Correct.
I just palpitated her, and I could feel her eggs.
And I'll show you another adder if you want to see what actually adder does.
She's got marbles in her.
Here's a Coral Glow adder for you, which is banana adder, and you can see the difference in that. I'll give you that lineage, you know. So
it's definitely doing something with the pattern,
right?
And it's not, you don't have any of your typical banana dots.
No.
But then there are, certain combos that don't have the dots.
Right. So it's sick for sure. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's why I picked up this girl, and I swear I'm not going to be like I was with the whole when I first got into Ultramel, showing off the same damn
Calm
snake
down.
all the time. But so for me, adding something in that I that caught my eye, and I don't work with, and I don't really see too many people working with it in this recessive, or at least that are available in Morph Market. I've seen it in, I think, a Het Clown, and maybe a Het Hypo, but I have it in Visual Ghost Hypo. So it's a Enchi Butter Red Stripe Hypo Ghost, line of Ghost, if you will.
See, I have Enchi Butter, so I could definitely see the red stripe in that.
Yeah, right. And that's why in the video I put out on Thursday, I showed off the Super Pastel Enchi Butter Ghost, just to sort of show off a little bit of the difference. And as you can see, my camera has adjusted to the brightness of the snake, but you can see this like orange reddish tint there in the alien heads. And yeah, I haven't seen it too much in hypo at all. So when I walked past it at Triforce's table, I was like, "Ooh, red stripe." And I could have gotten it if I would have worked something out with Danny, a breeder red stripe clown, or hold on, let me take myself off solo, or I think there was a clown red stripe something else that Nathan had for a little bit more, but I saw the hypo, and it's like I have a lot of stuff. I have 3 girls with hypo, potentially more depending on what I produce.
So back to that adder.
Watch my back, Steve.
Is so adder is a dominant.
Okay, so you're gonna get like half of it, half your clutch going to be adder.
Right. It was founded in 2006. So the head stamp, it said, should be a dark shade of brown with very little blushing. And the body of it should be unusually dominant by large chains of alien heads and keyholes, either connecting or very close beside each other.
Yeah, I mean,
It display a clean dorsal.
It's super interesting to see some of these things that have been around forever.
They don't have much on it though. That's it. That's it.
Like their stuff has been around forever. Nobody worked it in the right project.
Right.
I mean, there is a pewter lesser adder, banana, female maker, that was produced by Designer Balls, which looks pretty sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like what I've been preaching is that you find that one gene or, one morph, and work it into a project that maybe where you don't see it, right? So, I don't know if I've necessarily seen like a Bongo Ultramel. I'm sure they exist, but just adding something like that.
Yep.
What up,
Yeah,
Chris?
I know Chris is all about adding certain things to sort of up his game. Whether it's puzzle, I've seen you've been in Hypo Clown, Cryptic Clown, that sort of, Cryptic Hypo.
Cryptic Hypo.
Can't freaking talk. Again, I apologize. Dealing with a bit of the flu, so brain thinks something, mouth says something different. But thanks to these guys for bailing me out on here and filling in where need be.
You already know.
Right. No big deal.
I came home and saw you're on. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna hop on real quick.
I'm always.
So I got my sound card. I got my sound
yeah.
card in today too. So all I really need now is the computer, and I have all ends of everything. I'm getting ready to rock this stuff.
Now them green buttons. Can you program sounds to them?
Yeah, you can program them to have certain sounds. So when you're on live, you can do.
I don't know.
And all that shit.
I don't know if I could personalize these. I haven't read the thing yet, but they already have pre-settings, like cheer, yell, kiss, gunshot, ding dong, awesome, laughter. like it's got regular settings. I might be able to record over them. I'm not sure. It says voiceover, but we'll see.
Yeah, it'll even when you put it on your computer, it'll give you like a list of different ones you could change for each of those buttons too. I'm telling you, it'll have a
Right.
lot on there. You'll be surprised. You'll be like, holy fuck, there's a bunch of cool stuff on there.
Yeah, because
Excuse my language, but yeah.
a lot of that newer stuff where I mean, obviously that's somewhat digital and analog. Like I have a guitar amp where it is a tube amp, but it's digital, so I can plug it into my computer, download this app from Fender, and mess with everything.
See,
And then one of the dials on the amp will now do that instead of what it was preset to do. But I mean, there's one
See,
set on there
Fender's
where
up
it's like, oh, Led Zeppelin sound, or here's this sound. So
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of cool the way technology has come a long way.
yeah, Fender's
I know these
definitely up there.
earbuds are amazing.
Yeah, you can hear us now.
Everything. Like I haven't missed a thing. I can hear everything.
I'm working on mine. I'm getting mine for sure.
It's such a difference. Such a difference.
Now we just need to get you them reader glasses or a laptop so you can see us.
I have glasses. They're back there. But I just need a laptop.
I think a laptop would more suit you what you need there, Ken.
That's all I need yet. And
Oh, hey,
I'll
Tom.
get it one thing at a time.
Thanks for
What up,
tuning in.
TNT?
What's up, TNT?
How's
My
the homie?
What up, Todd?
Bearded yeah. Later, Kurt. So what
What's up,
is
brother?
Peace out, Kurt.
now?
Later,
I'm
Kurt.
gonna
I'll get to
preface
work.
this next question with it has to be in your budget. All right. So what is one thing you don't have currently, you're not working with currently, that you would like to have? Has to be in your budget. You can't say stuff like Cosmos or something crazy.
Paint.
Paint? Hey, you can get
Paint.
some heck paints under $1,000.
Paint.
I think I know Stan's probably going to say something rainbow.
Well, he has it. So you said he something he don't have.
You can't have. That's what I'm kind of stuck with.
Yeah,
Like,
I contradicted
Oh
myself.
shit!
I could add to
A
lot of
fucking
projects.
house. A fucking house.
Oh,
Loud and proud with that one.
yeah, I didn't say it was necessarily snakes, did I? Oh, man. Don't get sick, people.
Right.
That was fucking good.
I don't know what I'd add more because, like I said, I'd add to projects for sure. I definitely up my Ultramel game up over here for sure, but I don't know.
I mean,
That's
Yeah, I
like-
can use a couple more Ultramel females.
I'd go more like if I introduce something new, affordable, I'd be like kind of on Ken's side. I'd probably shoot for a paint side or something along that lines,
yeah, for me, like recessive, it would probably be puzzle
Puzzle would be sick.
over here. And even if I just have to, if I can get cheap hets, sure, I'll play that game, and then hopefully I'll have something awesome that I can make better stuff with later down the road. But I was looking at carbon lately.
Carbon.
I mean, you know me, I'm not a fan of these granite jeans, but I saw some carbons and I was like, okay, I can tell that's different.
And how many of them are on Morph Market? Is that something like played a lot with, or no? It sounds like it's not.
There
played
was
with.
one. Why am I forgetting his name? Sterling Nelson had one up for auction. I forget how much that went for, but I think it was a carbon het clown. And Rusty from Easy Daymores had one for $2,500.
See,
And I think it might have also been just a carbon het clown. But
that's a project I would personally buy into. Something that's not worked a lot of, not everybody has a lot of. That shit I like.
That's
though.
what smoke.
That's what attracts me more. Like
That's what I got that smoke
gene
gene for.
Brown turd. Not a lot of people want to work the brown turd, so it just made me attracted to it more. So I rock the brown turd. I like the brown turd, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. So
yeah, but
He's going to polish that turd.
Right? I think it went for $1,000.
Come on now.
something.
No.
Oh, Ken. So if you can program that thing, you got to make it. Come on, man, for Justin.
Come on.
Come on.
I want to record his voice doing it too.
Yep, come on.
I might be able to do a voiceover. Just come on, come on,
Right.
come on.
But that's stuff that just attracts me. Is shit like that. That's like, not a lot of people are working, because you got to think, even by the years that you do finish that project and get where you want going on it, is there going to be a flooded market with that snake as well?
Right.
And
Right.
stuff like
So
you
you
said,
got
carbon, it's not worth a lot to me. That's worth it to me. I would do something like that.
right. But you see the
So-
prices now, but as everybody's getting into it, are they going to go
It can
down?
climb.
Drop.
Well, it
Um,
can climb, and because you got to think, when people are first getting into it, it's going to reach a peak. But then when the market's flooded, it's going to drop. So everything's going to climb, especially like that's not worth a lot of. It's got time to climb. Now,
Right,
some
and
shit
then, and then it's going to dip, and then somebody's going to hit a banger combo and bring
and
it
it's going to
back
jump
up.
back up. Yeah, it's like stocks. Look at it, stocks. It's everything's going to go fluctuate. Now, don't go buy fucking pastel and think you're gonna,
Right. I'm going to kill it with
I-
pastel.
Waiting for that
It's not
quick
gonna happen,
episode.
But
Oh, you need pastel?
here you go,
Um,
but
But
That's
another
why I
one-
got into that smoke, Gene, because not many people has it.
Right.
Right.
And you got to try to figure out where it's going to work here. Right. And I remember, I think Levance brought it up at some point in a chat on Hair Down or
Zach.
something like that. Hey Zach, thanks for turning in. I think you're new here. If not, and I missed you before, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just, it gets plugged by somebody, and then everybody else sort of, it piques their interest. But for me, I don't like granite stuff, but this one caught my eye. And I think some people would have thought I would have said bang. And, that's probably what, is likely I would get into, if I'm being honest, just because I have the connection here with Nathan and Chris and all
All right.
that stuff. Hey, Patrick, thanks for tuning in. Oh, we got Nick in here too.
What up, Patrick?
Patrick, Nick, so
Nick, I told him you was changing it to 9 tonight, so don't make me wrong. I shouted you out, brother.
You're on the computer. Why don't you pull up some carbon and let us see what it looks like, if you don't mind. I'd like to see kind of what it is. If you can pull some up, mirror that screen.
Hold
Let's
on,
see.
let me
I'm definitely curious.
see if there is any on Work Market.
I'm going to go get my other phone. Hold
that's
on.
it.
Was I looking for most things?
There's like a
Two.
carbon.
Okay, so
One
there-
is
there's just-
2,500 and the other one is 10,500.
There's just two. Hold on, give me a second.
Carbon fire special het clown is 10,500 and a carbon het clown is 2,500.
See, and that's a female carbon het clown. Like, it would be smart to buy into that. Why
All right,
would
there
you
we go.
not? I mean, look at what the other one sitting next to it is priced at, and I mean, you start hitting visuals.
Yeah,
and
but it
visuals
is
hit the
definitely, if
market.
you look at the two of them, it definitely has got the granite. Look at the fire special, how
That's
much
it.
granite is in that. That's got
it.
granite in it too. You can see it in the alien heads.
Yep, that's sick.
But the other one, you can see it a lot more because of the fire making it lighter. You know what I mean?
Look how it swirls the dorsal too. Look at both of those pictures, and
Yeah.
it swirls the dorsal, like gives them like my strong arm, it's like how I like to call it.
Okay.
Gives it that flex. It gives it that flex.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
you can
dorsal.
really see it in the alien heads on this one.
See, that's wicked.
Oh, pairing a hypo hurricane het rainbow to my GHI smoke.
Yeah, that's cool.
And look,
Is
you
that
have fire and
hurricane het
special going
rainbow
on.
male or female?
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick, Ken. I like that a lot, Craft. That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, just you could see it.
Yeah.
And that's something for me where I have to, if I can see it, if it's just like
Hurricanes and male?
if it's got pastel in it, it's
Nice.
gonna certain genes are gonna bring up that graniting. But what you got
That's why I got into smoke. That's the super smoke. And this is why I got into smoke. Look at that.
See, that's
what else?
wicked.
That is just
Almost
two
looks
copies of
acid.
smoke?
Almost looks acid.
That is
Almost-
just super
And it's-
smoke.
oh,
that's just
There's
two
the number.
copies.
Yep.
Nothing else.
My this is my old phone, so it's like taking time.
So there's
Hold
really
on.
nothing
Yeah.
else in that snake, Ken. There's nothing else in that snake, but just two copies.
Nope,
of
it's
smoke.
just super smoke.
Okay.
Like, I would have thought like black pastel, something with some oranges in there.
Nope.
That's wicked.
That's why I got into smoke. I seen what the super form looked like, and I was like, man, that just looks a little bit different than everything else. These other Granity jeans, see there, Super Smoke.
I mean, I
wicked.
guess they
Look
could
at
have
the orange.
brought it up on that Morph Market tab, so we didn't have to look at it through Ken's
Yeah, the
phone.
cinnamon kind of washes out the center of the alien heads. If you look at a Super Smoke cinnamon yellow.
Yeah, the cinnamon
Like,
still does
washes
look
out
all
the
right,
alien. It's weird.
but it
Look at the
washes
orange.
it out.
Yeah.
It's orange. Look at how orange that is. That dorsal's like I mean, it's orange.
That's the
wicked.
Super Smoke cinnamon.
Yeah, and it's
Which
even got
one-
the, like that
Which one you
Mojave
getting?
PSI
HRA
banding in the
smoke?
dorsal.
Is that what you're getting, Ken? HRA smoke?
No, well, I'm getting no, the smoke I'm getting. It's on there. Like go to sold. Go to the on hold. Like if you go to Morph Market, go to on hold. It's pastel chocolate HRA
I
smoke.
knew there'd be HRA in there. I knew it.
Hat Green
I've
Ghost.
said it too many times. How do I do sold?
If you go to the thing and go down to
Go to filters. Go to filters.
Yeah,
you can choose
filters,
sold or any.
and go to any.
Just choose any. Where it'll say like
Yeah.
availability. Go down to filters and availability. Choose any. Where it'll say for sale. You
Thank
can
you.
choose. Yes. Yes.
I can't do it because I'm not signed in on this phone and I don't know my password.
There's only
Oh,
one. There's
you really
only
gotta
one
sign in?
smoke on here that ain't done by Designer Balls. The rest of them are all his.
Yeah, I'm not signing in. But I thought I was signed into Morph Market earlier. Apparently, to see historical data, you have to be signed in.
Signed in. Yes, you do.
And yeah, I wasn't about to like share my screen and let y'all see my password.
Well, put it in
come on.
before
What
you
kind
share
of
your
friend are
screen.
you, man?
Put it in before
Let me
you
see
share
if I can get it in. Hold on. I think I remember my password.
How many times have you said that?
Yeah, hundreds.
It's not Truffle Shuffle too.
right? That's
It's
funny.
Shuffle Shuffle 1. Come on.
Exclamation point.
He's like 1, 2, 3, truffle shuffle.
Shuffle Shuffle 1, 2, 3. You got it backwards.
Well, at least it's better than password 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a lot of
Same
gated
as my.
communities around here. You hit your buddy up and they're like, "Yeah, bro, go to my gate and just type in 1, 2, 3, you'll get in." I'm like, "What? Yeah, pound 1, 2, 3," or it's like pound 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, "Does not anybody can't just break in these gates and just walk up here and hit pound 1, 2, 3?" You know?
Hey, Ken, what else is in there so I can narrow it down?
It's chocolate, HRA, pastel smoke.
The Green Ghost one?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
She's nice. Mate. She's nice looking. I can't believe I got that for what I got. Yep.
Heck yeah.
There you go. But it's got pastel in it.
Yeah. But the male's only chocolate HRA, so that would be really nice if I could hit that double super. Double
Yeah,
super
I
green
mean-
goes.
Just looking at it, it says Het Green Ghost and Het Hypo. Are they separate? Or is it just
No,
one?
it's just one. It's that green ghost.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, now it says there. I guess I got to ask him that. It might be both. If it says there.
Yeah. I mean, either way, you might just have to shed test for hypo. And,
Because that green ghost is supposedly not compatible with that anything at all, with any other ghost.
yeah, so
I would have had to turn these off. They're beeping. So we got about an hour on them.
okay. Well, now we know.
Yep.
You gotta fully charge them. Were they fully
I
charged?
did. I had them fully charged, and it was for an hour. They're only like $40 ones. They wasn't
Okay.
that much.
But yeah, I mean, even mine don't last that long. I remember having to change multiple times, even through my Beats ones that are wireless and my AirPods.
wonder
I
if
might
could
be
use,
able to do
my-
one-on-one.
I wonder if I could use like my Bluetooth PlayStation headphones and just fucking
You should be able to on your computer.
yeah. I probably can then.
I
Could you
don't
still
think
hear
we've
me all right?
been talking the past couple minutes there, Bill. But okay, let's take that off. Yeah, Ken, that's a nice looking snake.
Yeah, that's sick.
Could
I
you
like
still
it.
hear me all right, though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can hear
we
you.
hear
You
you.
Just don't
Oh,
yell.
because I just got one in. I'll just use one and then switch them out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
I'll
have
use
one
one.
in.
at a
That's
time.
smart.
You have
That's
one
smart.
in.
Yeah, and then you have the other one in
You
the
can hear
charger.
yourself.
Yep.
That's why I'm usually like this. See?
This
Just
could
hit
work.
one. You can make it work,
Yeah.
bro. You can make it work.
Because
Yep.
I know when I have my big old, like the ones I use for music, is like I can't hear anything except for what's in my ears.
You won't hear
Yeah,
that
like
baby
when my
crying
daughter was
next to you
talking.
wanting to go outside. That's for sure, kid.
Right,
You won't hear
which
that
is
baby.
one of the reasons why I don't, typically wear them, or I'll have one ear out because I can hear her.
Right.
Yeah, don't. When your dogs get old, they got to go out all the time.
You gotta let that
Yeah.
baby out.
Actually, no, she's like 9 now. Got all them beagle and bulldog health issues, and
She's still your baby, though. Technically,
I
no
know.
matter the age.
even if she snores.
Same with my dogs. It don't matter the age. They're still my big babies.
Yeah, we got her some bones and some stuff. God forbid the squeakies. Anything squeaky, she'll be the whole time. It's like, yeah, I was on Hair Down one night and Terrence messaged me, DM me. He's like, can you get rid of that squeaky toy, please? Okay, put away. But
That's Big Ben over here, Stan. If you give him a squeaky toy, he'll just sit there and lay on the ground and like every 5 seconds just a squeak. And then
Yeah.
and it's like, bro, like you're not even chewing on it, you're squeaking it every 5 seconds.
That's a lot of energy for Big Ben, bro.
Right.
How much energy he's got to waste to chew on that squeaky? He's like, fuck this thing. Who cares?
so I will say I'm evil when it comes to my dog. I have one of those Kong things that that you can pull on and dispenses the treats. I stick peanut butter up on the inside
Oh yeah.
where she can't get to it, and I can do whatever I want, and she's chasing that thing around the entire place.
Yep.
Driving her insane because you can't get the peanut butter out. Try to lick that
Right.
tongue up. In
No,
there.
like 2 times she has figured out how to twist it open, which I was kind of impressed
Heck
because
yeah.
she's not the brightest bulb in the box.
She's like,
She-
I won today, Dad. I won today. I got this shit out.
I won today.
She also has figured out how to get out of her crate.
Hmm.
I was at a wrestling tournament. I'm like,
Smart one.
okay, it's midway through the day. Let me check on my dog. I bring up the camera over there that is on her crate, and I'm like, the hell's my dog? Okay, you know what? She's fine. I think. I come back, I get here, and she's sleeping in my bed. It's like, you little stinker. Didn't do anything
She
bad.
wanted to be comfortable.
She's like, my crate's not comfy. I'm going to go in your bed. Okay.
Justin's dog's done bullnosed the door off of his. You got to tie it shut. They're like, nah, we ain't staying here
Hey,
no
I got
more.
yeah. My lab goes because I lock my lab up when we leave. Like my English, my Frenchie, they can't get on the couch or jump on the bed or anything. But my lab, he'll be on the couch. He'll be on my bed. Be tearing the whole freaking bed apart, licking his butt on my pillow or something. I'm like, bro, no. So I have to and he literally he'll like the cage I got. He's like, and it's like a decorative cage. So it's not like a wire cage that you get at like
Right.
the Petco. It looks like a piece of furniture with a door that opens. Well, I mean, this door, he's like freaking charged it off so many times. So now I just got some 2 shoestrings. I tie both the sides of the door to that thing. So if you're trying to beat through it, it's tied shut.
Chaos is waiting to leave him a stink eye package on his pillow.
Yeah. I'm like, buddy, what is going on? You're laying on my pillow all day. And I come in here, it's a big old wet globber on it. I'm like, nope, I got to change this out, man. What did you do to me?
Yeah, I mean, that's like, my furniture is so old. Like, I've just given up. Like, there is a pet dander oil just stain on my one couch. It's like, I'm never getting that out. That she is taking that back over. I'm not messing with that anymore.
See, on my couch, I have one spot where the cat lays, and I mean, it's just like a freaking cat hair matted. And I mean, you could vacuum it 20 times and still with that Velcro where the pillows Velcro to the back, it's like stuck in, and you just can't. And I'm like, well, that's the cat spot. I just leave it alone. There's nothing I can wipe it clean, do what I want, but that's where they all come in from outside and lay. So,
yeah, I mean, I had mine prior to COVID. She was trained that she wouldn't be on the furniture unless she was invited, and then I'm stuck home for like 2 years. It's like, well, I'm not going to be mean. Yeah,
Right.
We'll undo all that training. Yeah, it's your couch now. Whatever. It's just the two of us now. It's not
Just
not
the
that big of a
two
deal.
of us.
We can
Hey,
make
everybody,
it.
y'all want to hear some news?
Two
Y'all
of
want to
us.
hear some news? So
Heck yeah.
Alex just got her blood report about Kyle, right?
Right.
Kyle is actually not a male. Kyle is a girl. So
Kylie.
she just opened the door and was freaking pissed. She's like, Kyle is a girl. And I was like, well, he just got the blood report back. So there you go. Because you can't just look at a bird and tell the sex of a bird. You had to have the blood sent off and have a blood test done for it. So we
Huh.
did that for him to make sure it was a male because we thought he was a male. But come to find out, Kyle is a girl. So
Well, isn't
No,
the
it's Ky-
So-
so what is it now, Kylie? What is it now, Kylie?
right. It explains a lot though. That's why she kings a lot to Alex more than me and whatnot. It's kind of weird behavior because my bird was as an Amazon. My bird was a male when I grew up as a kid, and mine cleaned straight to me and would not like let my mom even near him, you know. And that was a male to male, so it's weird. But also with females, you gotta learn like down the road when they mature, they're gonna want to mate, and they do a lot of premature eggs, and they get real funny, especially African grays. My mom had African gray. I grew up a bunch of parrots, you know, McCall's African grays and Amazons, but African grays get the worst with mating. And the females of African gray, I always tell people if you could stir off not owning a female African gray and more of a male, I would go that route because you deal with less hormonal. And as a male, he'll just get an attitude, and you could break the attitude. You know, a female,
Right.
she's gonna act weird. She's gonna lay sideways, do some really weird shit.
And go through cycles as she's building, and then you got to
Right,
also
right.
watch out for, if she is going to produce an egg, that she passes it and all that.
Well, they'll be false because if there's not a male around, they're infertile. They'll be false, so just like we did.
Right,
with
but just
ball
so she
pythons.
passes them.
Right, she will pass them. You'll wake up and go in the bottom of a cage, and you'll see some eggs laying there one day, and you're like, "What the heck?" You know. But they're all false, you know. But she'll get weird. She'll want to nest. She'll do it's all a bunch of weird behaviors, like you said, stuff you don't really, unless you have experience and you want to deal with it, then I would. But it's a lot. It's a lot. So now that just opened up my mind is like, well, Kyle's gonna get older and turn into a female and turn this hormonal shit. So it's gonna be a whole different experience down the road than what I was expecting to deal with. But it's fine. It's nothing I can't handle. So, but
As much as I want a bird, I already got one loud dog here. I was making noises constantly. Just what? I don't know if she's just bothered by me because we just went out, but maybe it's food time. I don't know.
See, I could actually hear her now. Before I couldn't.
Yeah, she's not quiet. At least she hasn't, jumped up on me. But, with that being said, I probably have been not paying as much attention to her since I've been napping and sleeping and whatnot since I've been sick. So, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, so I can get some rest, getting in some more fluids because I've been sitting here, I haven't even touched this Gatorade.
You got to go to the store and get the IVs, bro.
Oh, I got them liquid IVs. I went through like the pallet of them.
Yeah.
heck yeah.
But if you can hear Stella, and now she's jumping up here.
She's
There she
saying
is.
stay hydrated. That's what she's telling
There
you.
she
Hi,
is.
Stella.
She's gonna take down everything I have set up here. So I'm gonna head off. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to these guys for showing up. Ken's gonna be on later tonight on Nick from 666 Serpents channel. I get that right? Stop.
Yep.
There's my phone. But anyway, before we sign off, anything else you guys want to say?
Thanks
You're
for
not a
coming.
U.S. ARC member. Make sure you become one today, please.
What are you doing?
I don't know what you're
If you
doing.
guys don't know-
come out.
If you guys don't know, the Super Bowl is tomorrow. So y'all better
Uh-oh.
All right.
prepare.
Yeah, I'll
up.
call you in a little bit. I have something to ask you too, Justin.
All right. I have a very, very angry dog. So thanks for tuning in. I'm
Come
gonna
on.
see you next time.
Oh.
I know.
Later,
Stella.
y'all.
Jeez.
Everybody have a good afternoon, good evening.